What? So this is what I didn't press. You mean this pistol? The one in the crime scene photo? That's the one! It's a funny looking gun, so there's no mistaking it. We compared the bullet taken from the victim's skull with a bullet fired from his gun. The rifling marks on the bullets were a perfect match. So it's a stage gun that actually shoots lethal bullets?
It sure is.
Yeah, and it sure has ballistic markings. You know what they say?
Huh.
Ballistic markings are like the fingerprint of the gun.
Precisely.
So, you verified the murder weapon, in other words? You bet we did! And the pistol definitely belonged to the old man. How do we know that? Why are you so certain? What pile of sand has your head been stuck in all this time, pal? You never heard of Zack and Valance quick draw shoot 'em? Huh? What's that? One of the defendant's specialties. Who's that lady? Zack and Valance stand on either side of a girl. Then they shoot. But the bullets don't hit her. Instead, they hit everything else on stage. This is one of the pistols they use in their show. Got a great design, huh? The kids love it. Many boys and girls join the police because of that pistol, I hear. That sucks,
wow.
dude. I hate that.
They just wanted to hold a gun.
Yeah, you know, that would
you go.
that would explain a lot about the police force. Yep, thanks, Phoenix. Thank you. I love you. Mwah. You're good. You're a good boy. Trip Grammarys? That's not Gumshoe's voice. Trip Grammary stopped doing that act a while ago. The old man held on to that pistol ever since.
I'd like to see the pistol in question.
You got it, sir. Here she is.
Well, this truly is a blast from the past.
Shut up. Shut up. It's a stage pistol for magic shows, see? But it can fire real bullets.
It looks so much bigger in real life than on TV.
Yeah, but it can only hold one round. By the way, the pistol's firing chamber is empty. And it shows traces of having been fired recently. Oh, so it can only hold one round, huh? Hey, Gumshoe?
Yeah.
Hey, Gumshoe? Hey, bud? Hey, buddy? You're bad at your job still.
Well, there you go. Now you know the contradiction.
Yep. So, were any fingerprints found on the gun? Unfortunately, no. Of course, the defendant is known for wearing gloves. We might say that a lack of fingerprints is in fact a fingerprint of its own. No. We might not say that, actually. Nobody says that.
Intriguing point. Well made.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Not well made. Not intriguing.
In any case, the court accepts this evidence. My grandchild would have kicked at seeing this. But now it's time to return to our testimony.
Okay. Oh, thank you for bringing me straight to that piece of testimony. The trickiest cases often seem the simplest. Prosecutor Gavin, you missed the bullet hole in the clown's forehead. If you hadn't missed that, you might have come to a very different conclusion. Understand? Yeah, but like I just said, pal, after he shot the clown in the forehead, he went and did nothing of the sort to the victim. The pistol proves he could not.
A weapon? How?
It's quite simple, Your Honor. The pistol only holds one bullet at a time. Oh! If he had shot the clown in the forehead, he couldn't have shot the victim too, unless he reloaded, I guess, but let's not think about that.
Guns and ammunition are really hard to get in this universe, though, right?
Yeah, I guess so. That's not a contradiction, not even close. God damn it! All he had to do was reload the pistol after the first shot. Oh? Where did they get the extra bullet? They're not so easy to come by here now. Oh my god, they just recreated that one-to-one.
Yep.
If you claim the defendant had one ready, then prove to us how he got it. I had a feeling this wasn't over yet. No, this party's just getting started. And I haven't proven anything yet beyond my good looks and startling record sales.
He was such a douchebag back
what
then.
a douche! And utter lack of humility.
Sure. What's this? It seems the prosecution has another witness prepared.
Like I said, Hair Detective was just a warm-up act.
Say goodbye to Gumshoe. This is the last time he's going to appear for the chronological rest of the series.
No!
Goodbye, Gumshoe. Goodbye forever.
No!
It's okay. We get two spin-offs.
Yeah, he's in
We get two spin-offs with
investigations.
him as the Maya.
Yeah. We're not gonna be there for a while, but yeah. Now that the audience has gotten a taste of what's to come, they're ready. Ready for what? For my decisive witness, of course. A witness who, you will find, can prove one thing for us. That it was Zach Gramery who shot the victim in the forehead.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, I know a lot of people who acted like that when they were teenagers and mellowed out when they became adults.
Yeah. Clavier's a good character, aside from Serenade.
Yeah, that's not Clavier and Serenade. It's Blavier.
Yeah.
That's Xavier.
It's literally Apollo had a nightmare after reading Phoenix's case files, and that was Turnabout Serenade.
Yeah.
Very well. We will pause for a 15-minute recess.
This might be my lucky break. I'll need that 15 minutes to talk to my client, Zach.
Court is adjourned.
Oh, that means we get to take a break now.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna miss that himbo. I love him. He's so good, actually.
He's really good.
He's bad at his job, but he's a good boy.
Yeah.
It's okay. We have.
I mean, he's bad at his job, and that's a good thing.
Yeah. The best. I'm not gonna finish the thing I was gonna say. Let's take a break. So apparently, Cookie is dinnering, so you might have to voice Zach at some point.
Okay, that's fine.
That's fine. Oh, I say that he immediately shows up.
Very impressive, Mr. Wright. I have to say, I expected nothing less.
We've only just begun. I was hoping you could tell me a bit more about what happened, actually.
Yeah, I didn't think you would believe me if I told you. Better that you discover the truth for yourself. I was thinking of you, you know.
I think we need less thinking and more talking. Head empty, talk. That night in the hospital, what really happened?
The way your eyes gleam, Mr. Wright. You'll scare Trucy.
Is she here? Speaking of which, where is she?
You've seen the problem yourself, the letter.
The one shot in the forehead one, right?
Yes, and the reason he speaks of. I could not deny my mentor's wishes, even if it meant my own death.
Why not?
This is something I will not say, for now at least.
What's this for now business?
I have done many things in my life, some well, some poorly. But this is a cross we must bear alone to our graves.
We?
You wanted to know about the night of the incident, right?
Also, I just realized who the lady in the Grammarys looks like.
Who does it look like?
She looks very much like Lamiwar. Very,
Interesting.
very, very much like Lamiwar.
Interesting.
Interesting indeed.
Why do you think that might be?
That must be Lamiwar before she lost her memory.
I guess we'll find out.
Somebody shipped her off to Virginia, I guess. Finally, this guy sure likes to take his time getting to the important stuff.
Of course, I had no intention of shooting my mentor. I stuck into his room that night at the appointed time. I found there upon his bedside table 2 pistols.
2 pistols? 2?
2 of them. 2 of them.
2 of them.
Yes, the one I had used on stage. And the one that had been used by my partner, Valen.
Oh, for the Zack and Balance quick draw thing.
My mentor had the look of one sleeping. I stood by his bedside, hearing the light sound of his breathing. Then I took the pistol in my hand. I cannot deny that my resolve faltered then for a moment.
You faltered. You mean you thought about shooting him?
Recall there was a reason I could not refuse his request. His last request, though not his first.
So, there were other requests you couldn't refuse before? He made me an offer I couldn't refuse.
To be honest, I've not always been steadfast, and I fear but preying upon trucy.
Was Magnifique coercing his disciples somehow? Just what was going on in Troop Grammary?
Yet, in the end, I did not shoot him. Instead, I turned and shot the clown. I took the pistol I had fired and placed it in my pocket.
In your pocket?
Yeah, see, it's on my belt right here.
Oh my god, it is!
I believe if you examine the bullet in the clown's head, you will find it to be different from the one in my mentor. What were those called?
Rifling marks.
Yeah, well, that is all I have to tell you concerning the case.
Okay, give me that gun then. Concerning the case? You mean, there's something else you can tell me?
You're a fascinating man, Mr. Wright.
Thanks?
Yeah, there is something. My mentor, his eyes opened.
What? Magnifique Grammary...
The old devil, he wasn't asleep, you see. Of course, the gunshot would have woken him anyway.
Yeah,
so
probably!
two gunshots were fired in this hospital, and not a single doctor came down.
Ooh, I have to ban this person. Well, person, I say, as if it's not just... Raven got it immediately. Good job, Raven. Beauty. Yeah, so two gunshots were fired in this hospital and nobody noticed?
A single doctor came running.
Huh.
And there we had our last discussion as mentor and pupil. It was not a long discussion, maybe 5-10 minutes or so.
What did you talk about?
Mr. Wright, didn't I just tell you? It doesn't concern this case.
You say that, but I bet it does. Zach Grammary. He seems pretty steadfast to me. Or maybe just stubborn.
Mr. Wright, your presence is requested in the courtroom.
There he is again.
Once again, I'm in your hands.
Right. Let's get back in there. The hospital walls are soundproof. Yeah, they must be.
As someone who's been in a hospital several times, I can tell you that's not true at all.
Yeah, it's
There's a baby crying.
You hear it.
You hear it, no matter where you are, you hear that crap.
Yeah.
Loud and clear, baby. Court is now back in session.
During our recess, a bullet was found in and dug out from the clown's head.
Oh, this is news. And the rifling marks?
Wow, y'all got to that real quick, huh? There wasn't time to do a detailed analysis, though they did find the weapon type matches the murder weapon.
Well, that's not very conclusive now, is it?
Which is why I'm about to call my very decisive witness. Your decisive witness? How many times have I heard those words? Though they often turn out to be far less decisive than you think. Oh, don't worry on my account. I'm quite confident this witness will do the job. After all, he is intimately acquainted with the players in our little production. Being the other half of Troop Grammary's famous duo, Zack and Valiant. Valiant Grammary. So, we get to meet the great Magnifie's other disciple. Look at this shit sucker. I hate this man already.
Got black hair and a mustache, and no mustache.
I hate him. Perhaps we'll start by asking your name and occupation.
Valiant Grammary, magician. And you're the decisive witness, are you? You can prove your fellow student your partner's guilt. Fate, a grand illusion filled with traps and tricks.
Wait, the shooting took place in that hospital after 11 o'clock at night. If you're a witness, does that mean you were there that late?
If one were to deduce this logically, the conclusion is yes.
Okay. I always get the characters, don't I? I have an interesting fact for you. You see, several days before the crime, my witness received this.
That looks very familiar.
Well, wait. That's the same letter Zach Gramery received.
Yes, or perhaps I should say, ta-da.
He stanced up.
Order, order, order. And what does it say? Surely not the exact same thing.
Perhaps you should see for yourself. It says the exact same thing.
Not quite. Why, it's practically the same.
Oh! It's not exactly the same. 11:20.
Except doesn't. It's most unusual. Exactly what is going on with you folks? What exactly was your shrimp grammary up to? By which you mean? I'm just having trouble envisioning a man who would ask his students to kill him. Both of them, no less.
It's just my opinion, Herr Judge. But from these letters, I'd say he was coercing them, not asking them.
We walked the magician's path together, and in so doing shared much of our lives. When people are so close, there is strain. A warping of relations, you might say. Yet this has nothing to do with the case at hand.
Okay, wait, I just want to contextualize this flashback. Is Clavier telling Apollo what happened, or is this just unrelated completely?
You'll see. There is a framing device for it.
Oh, okay. By what you mean you're not going to tell us? Which makes me wonder even more about this reason they couldn't refuse.
Well, let's get on with the testimony for starters. The defendant, Zach Gramery, stands accused. Tell us why. Oh, I'll do more than that. For where he walks, the red roses rise, singing hymns to the miracle that is magic.
Alright.
I'm surprised I managed to do that in one try.
Yeah, so am I, actually. Fascinating. Though I hardly need to remind you that the evidence could just as clearly point to you as the suspect. Ooh, hey, Duvall, thanks for the raid.
Thank you.
The letter...
Hello, people.
Hello, people. Hey, we're playing Ace Attorney, and this is going to be very confusing for people just coming in partway through. The letter, the murder weapon, and now the 2 bullets found at the scene.
In fact, the only difference seems to be the designated time. As every magician knows, timing is everything.
Yes. Yes, and now it's time to get this party fired up. Alright, dude. Chill.
That night I visited the hospital room at the time Magnifi requested.
I love hearing the old music again.
It's really nostalgic.
It's very
like,
good.
it's amazing. Even for someone who just played it this year, it still takes you back, huh?
Yeah, it's very good.
The smell of gunpowder hung in the room, and my mentor had taken his final bow. I did not imagine my fellow student might have received the same instructions. Yet to deal with the dead is still the deal. Death's sweet kiss, I granted to the clown.
No, you didn't.
Then I informed the doctor and the police.
We don't have proof that he didn't, I guess.
So you were the one who reported the crime? Indeed, I would think. This fact alone would clear my name of suspicion.
Absolutely not. Let's not jump to any conclusions.
Yes, the cross-examination generally comes before conclusions in this court. But if your testimony proves to be true, then the defendant, Zach Gramery, is guilty.
And if it wasn't Zach Gramery, then the killer was you, Valent. Yeah. You think? No disappearing act will get you out of that.
This is seasoned Phoenix. He's like, okay, I know it. I know this instantly.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, okay, I've got this solved already. I just have to backtrack. I just have to, like, backwards engineer how this happened. Okay. So a doctor didn't even come running.
Yeah, you had to tell the doctor.
He had to tell a doctor that 2 gunshots had rang out in this fucking hospital. There were 2 bullet holes at the scene, one in the victim and one in the clown. You're saying the one who shot the clown was you?
No doubt my partner Zach has said much the same thing.
Yeah, because whoever didn't shoot the clown committed murder. I'd better dig around here a bit more and see what I turn up. Mr. Valent, let me ask you something else concerning the crime scene. Namely... the number of no.
And yeah, that would be a useful piece of information.
Yeah, maybe. How many pistols were there when you entered the room?
By which you mean what precisely?
2 pistols were used in the Zack and Valent quick draw shoot 'em, correct? Shoot 'em?
Yeah, that's the name of the act.
1 for each of you.
You are well informed, yet. Only one of my old friends sat in the hospital room that night.
What did Zack tell me back in the lobby? Why? We don't need a I don't need a flashback already.
In like 10 minutes.
If that.
I see no problem with that statement. Only 1 pistol is visible in the photograph of the crime scene, after all.
So you picked up that pistol and fired it?
Indeed I did. Alakazam, Alakazing, Alakaboom.
Why?
Is the number of pistols really so important?
Is it?
Quite important.
I mean, yeah, if Zack is telling us the truth and there was 2 pistols and then he shot the clown and pocketed the pistol and then talked to Magnifi, then yeah, that is important. But he could be lying. But whatever. The number of pistols is quite important, Your Honor.
Very well. Please add this detail to your testimony. What can I do but obey?
I mean, I don't think we have any...
Crap.
Is it?
Yeah, look at the pistol.
Oh, yeah. Obviously. The rifling matches the bullet in the victim.
Yeah.
According to the defendant, Zach Gramery, when he entered the room, there were 2 pistols on that table.
2?
One of those pistols he used to shoot the clown in the forehead. Then he left with it in his pocket. Of course, this is what he would say. Unlike the hapless clown, we must assume our defendant has some brains in his head. Well, what about what Mr. Valent has told us? You see, there's something about his testimony that doesn't make sense.
What might that be? I told you I took the pistol that was there and shot the clown.
That's your story, at least. But the rifling marks tell a very different story, Mr. Valent. Recall what Prosecutor Gavin told us. It's a flashback in a flashback. It's an unnecessary flashback in a necessary flashback.
Yeah.
Mr. Valent, if you fired this pistol, then you shot the victim in the forehead. Case closed.
Order, order, order. Well, this is all rather sudden.
What have I done?
Prosecutor Gavin?
I owe the court an apology? Sorry. Oh, he said that it just matches the type of gun.
Yeah.
He didn't say it matches the exact gun. Sorry for what? You see, I was unaware that 2 of these unique pistols were crafted. The analysis of the rifling marks only proved the type of gun that fired them. But that's not what you told us before. No, it actually... Phoenix, it is actually. You said you'd verified the murder weapon. Which is why I'm apologizing to you now, quite sincerely, I might add. Would you hold me accountable for a mistake made in my youth? Shut up! Alright, Ghost Tracker, have a good dog walk. That was just this morning. I'm still young. And I might add, it wasn't really my fault. If the defendant had only admitted he took 1 pistol from the scene of the crime, we would not be having this pleasant discussion now.
Grammary. Yes, Your Honor. You were presented to this court as a decisive witness, but you've proven to be more divisive than decisive.
Oh? You'll see in time. The testimony so far has merely been a review of the facts. The proof comes next.
Care to elaborate, Prosecutor Gavin?
When Mr. Valiant entered the hospital room, the victim had already been shot. As his next testimony will prove, Herr Wright, the real fight is about to begin. Bring it. Hell yeah!
Very well, the witness will now testify to the court. Help us determine who shot what.
Who shot what? No, who was on first?
I arrived at the hospital room at the appointed time, which is to say 11:20 p.m. After discovering the body, I fulfilled my obligation and then called in the doctor. The doctor examined the body before the police arrived. He was quite clear about the time of death, 11:10 p.m. And the one in the room at the time was my partner, not me.
That doesn't seem right.
Those times are rather close, you have to admit. We're talking about an alibi established over a matter of minutes. To you, the 10-minute discrepancy is the basis for your alibi.
It's easy to explain in this situation, Herr Judge. For example, take our debut hit single 13 Years Hard Time for Love. Cue to the song, press the play button, and it will play for 2 minutes, 15 seconds. Do it 100 times, the result is the same. What? Their debut single was only 2 minutes and 15 seconds long? What a ripoff! What? Okay.
That's pretty short for a single.
I guess so. Magic is a world of utmost precision. Hocus pocus requires admirable focus. That one was good. I like that one.
That's a good lyric reference.
That's quite good. And at the time of death determined by the doctor, there is an incontrovertible truth.
Very well. Prosecution warns us that we're dealing with rather precise times, and we can expect the cross-examination to require the same level of precision.
I would hope the defense refrains from its customarily broad, sweeping accusations, lest we blur the focus this case so clearly demands.
Point taken. Baseless remarks will result in the penalty. Carry on, Mr. Wright.
Does that mean I can't press him?
You can't press them on things that don't matter. So you gotta narrow in on the suspicious stuff.
I mean, there is the one thing that is kind of weird.
What's that one thing?
11:10. It caught, like, the letter called for him to shoot him at 11:05. Carry on. Right. Should I press that, or should I just present the letter?
You should press that.
I should press it first, yeah. Uh-huh. I don't think I'm stepping out on a limb to say I have some doubts about this. How could the doctor be so precise with the time?
Usually you only get an estimated time of death, true. I'm not sure I've heard of a verified time of death. Magic revels in making the complex appear simple, but the reality is the opposite. What appears to be complex in this case is a simple matter of subtraction. I see another person has done their arithmetic homework.
The point here is the IV the victim was taking. It's quite visible in the photograph of the scene. Yeah. Recall what we heard earlier about the victim, Magnifique, Gramarie's schedule? Every night at 11, Magnifique took an IV drip for 30 minutes.
I can see the IV bag right there, yes.
Now, look at a little closer. Follow the tube down from the bag to the end. Oh, it's not connected to him.
Ah, the needle's been removed.
Doubtlessly, it fell out when he was shot. That's kind of an assumption, dude.
That would seem to be the case.
When the needle comes out, the IV no longer drips. Ah, you can just measure the remaining IV liquid. Precisely. Welcome back, Cookie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
that's okay. The IV liquid functions for our purposes as an hourglass of sorts. This is how the doctor determined the time of death. From the amount remaining in the bag, it was determined that the IV had stopped 10 minutes after administration began. Huh. That doesn't exactly determine a time of death, though.
And so it was when I, Valent, entered that room. 10 minutes had passed since that horrible crime was committed. And this is the proof. Well, Mr. Wright?
Did that seem important? No.
No, it's pretty important.
I mean, it's important as a contradiction, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, usually when they ask you if something is important, it probably is.
Well, seeing how it is the biggest clue we have to the time of death, I'd say it's very important.
Agreed. It would be hard to imagine a more precise way to determine the time. Behold the power of arithmetic.
Whatever, dude. What are you from, Star Trek Discovery? Shut up.
He's a mathematician.
It's me to pay tribute to the great forefathers of flight like Elon Musk.
Shut up!
Oh, no.
That it probably holds the record for the worst the line in a TV show that aged worse the fastest.
Yeah, that show sucks.
Yeah.
God, it's bad.
It's no Voyager, that's for sure.
It's no TNG, that's for sure. Or DS9 for that matter.
DS9 is really good, but I have a soft spot for Voyager.
I should get to Voyager at some point.
But Voyager's really fun. I like how everyone's kind of a douchebag, so it makes it like a more, I guess, like morally complex show.
Yeah, because like TNG, everybody's pretty much a good person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
DS9, everyone's a very, very good person except for Odo.
Yeah.
Odo's a freaking cop.
Odo is a cop, which sucks.
Very good character, but not a good person.
No.
Alright, the witness will add this to his testimony. Sometimes the most magical thing of all is the truth.
Uh-huh.
A weird.
You want to
weird
punch him
scene
so
in
badly, I
Young.
can feel it.
I want to punch him incredibly hard.
Did you press this still?
Damn you, wizard.
Yeah. I hate this wizard. Did you notice the IV yourself by any chance?
When first I entered that room, the stench of gunpowder assailed me. Next, the mark of death upon my mentor's forehead. And then his left arm did I spy, arose, drooping and wilted.
What?
Its thorn, the discarded IV needle.
Stop talking poetically. Not from the vein, but the force of the shot. Luckily for you. If that IV had not been there, why, you might be a suspect. Yeah.
Gee.
Indubitably so.
How incredibly convenient for you.
I might say it's thanks to my lucky color.
Your lucky color.
Dude, just shut up. Indeed, even today I wore it proudly upon my suspect self. For it always without fail brings me luck. Why, when Zack and Valent won their first Magician's Grand Prix, I'll remember that thing?
No.
The circus case?
Oh my god! Don't call
Yeah.
back to that!
Yeah, they probably
Yes.
have a bust of themselves stored somewhere.
Don't
Yeah.
call
Hearts.
back. Don't call back to that case, please.
The very one held by the Association of International Magicians. We demand to be taken seriously. It was adorned in this attire then too, and a trophy, a bust. Ah, what a day that
They
was.
do have a bust.
They do.
This is one trip down memory lane no one needs. You know what? Phoenix is pretty on the level this case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My lucky color, yes indeed, and that IV too.
Your lucky color.
Dude, just stop talking. This would not have been a problem if you just shut up.
Your lucky
He talks too
color.
much.
Yellow. Like the envelope.
It's obviously a pink like his staff.
Huh. This is interesting information that I've just been given that I will then use in the future, I suppose.
What's the color of that IV, Luka?
Oh. It's green.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
It's not... Huh.
I say twas hued especially for me, valiant. That does seem to be the case indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, any thoughts on this testimony?
Wait, is he saying the IV is yellow?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Valen sure looks happy with himself. Okay, how about this lucky color testimony? It certainly sounds like your lucky colors brought you plenty of luck. But not this time. Mr. Valen, your lucky colors betrayed you.
I'm afraid you've lost me.
Your Honor, the witness's testimony just now clearly contradicts the evidence.
What? Please recall my warning at the beginning of this cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Baseless accusations will be duly penalized. I do hope this latest accusation is well-based.
Don't worry, I've got all your bases right here. I've got all your base.
I assure you, it's quite based.
All your base are belong to me, Judge.
Very well, let's hear the defense's claim. Where is your evidence that contradicts what Mr. Valen has told us?
The crime scene tells all, Your Honor.
The photo of the crime scene.
All this talk of color has me yearning for black and white, clear-cut simplicity. Tell us, Herr Wright, just where's the contradiction in this photo? My pleasure. And I assure you, it's quite based. But I can't promise anything in black and white.
Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say.